Councilmember Cundiff.
Here.
Councilmember Garcia.
Here.
Councilmember Manley.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cervantes.
Here.
Mayor Molina.
Here. And for the record, show that City Manager is here, Manager Cobo, City Attorney Flowers, City Clerk Gertis, Finance Director Reed, Public Works Director Shakir, City Engineer Thornton, Fire Chiefs O'Connell, and Sheriff Captain Northfield. At this point, we'll have Councilman Cervantes lead us in the pledge. If you'll
All right.
stand.
Please stand. Join me, saluting our nation's flag. Repeat after me. Ready to begin. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, so this evening we have a presentation. I'd like to call Councilman Lloyd White to the podium. Yes.
Meeting here, I was not anybody, not elected or anything. I came to fight the warehouse on
I remember.
Cherryville. But I really love what you've done here. Anyways, how many people here play golf? So the only guys on the team are the ones who play golf?
Well, look at that.
Surprise, surprise. Well, at least, anyways, we have a big tournament in Beaumont. I think this year was our 10th year, and next year we plan to, we're hoping to build it bigger. It's really our destination event that brings people from all over. And 4 years ago, we started a tradition of having a city competition between Beaumont, Calimesa, and Banning. And last year, San Jacinto joined us, or I think that was 2 years ago. And this year, I have some good news. Banning did not win 3 years in a row.
Wow.
City of Calimesa, you guys beat us, and you beat Banning, so congratulations. So we brought a trophy here for you, and we will definitely hire some golfers for next year. I'm not one to pass rumors, but I did hear someone say that someone on your team was asking for an eraser near the end of the
Yeah.
Will, did you want to accept?
Well, I think we'll take pictures afterwards.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So
Okay.
thank you, but
Thank you for that.
yeah, we won despite our performance. I think we had a really good pro for us, so we'll give her a lot of the credit. Actually, all of it, but.
Thank you. Okay, so tonight we have several speaker slips. I'd like to call Larry Fraker to the podium. Please speak into the microphone. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I didn't expect to be first, and I wish I wasn't.
Oh.
But I'm just going to say a little more on the same subject that I said before. I'll start with a suggestion. For the money that they've been collecting, $1.67 from us and the same from the owners, that you use that for a flyer to all the mobile home parks to recruit board members, as opposed to an unspecified amount being spent that hasn't been planned yet exactly how, that would be money to a rent control officer personally and or spent the way that he said to address issues when a park owner wanted to raise the rent. Let's see, what else can I say that's new from what I didn't say last week? It was a wonderful experience that we had many years ago when that $1.67 for us and $1.67 for the owners was put out, because the city council was standing up for the average park mobile home owner instead of some rich guy or corporation that owned the park. And the suit that the park was putting on the city because they had stood up with the rent control board not to raise the rent was dropped because they get a little more money here. Now, you could leave that here, and I'll go out to be a fair man. It occurred to me when I was studying about this, well, they weren't doing any favor to the park owners. I mean, what's the chance that mobile home owners are going to get together to sue the city if they support the park owner? Pretty much zippo. The city's paying their expenses, but the plaintiffs are paying theirs. So I would have no objection to throwing out a favor to the owners, put that, double that, $350, whatever it is, to the park owners, the mobile home owners, and stand your ground to fight on our behalf when a park owner wants to raise. And I'll reiterate what I said before. I didn't read all of the old ordinance that was lined out, but unquestionably, in my humble opinion, and I'd be willing to bet I'm right, whoever wrote that up was, in effect, a lobbyist for the park owners. And it was made, no doubt, more complex and more in favor of the park owners. And if whether it was an officer or a labor board that said no on a rent raise, and the city council supported it, most likely, this is part of my supposition that I'm confident of, even though I didn't read all the fine print of the new ordinance or the old that was lined out, he'll put in his application based on that ordinance that this
Wrap
council...
it up, Mr. Faker. You passed your time.
What?
Make your final comments. You've passed
I'm
your
out of time. Well, that's what he would do, and the court is not going to let the council, and they'd be fools to go against their own ordinance. They can't change it on a drop of a pen in a new court case, but they can change it now. It's not too soon to go back almost identical to before, and that's better for us, no doubt.
Thank you for your comments. Lloyd, was this your, okay, thank you. So I'd like to call up Donna Johnson, Commissioner Donna Johnson.
I'm Donna Johnson and live in the Californian, and I did give you something to look at to pass around. There is 1 1/4 acres worth of weeds, some over 4 feet high, 18 plus feet from my mobile home, along with about 5 feet from 3 other mobile homes, and about 30 feet from another mobile home. It's turning dry. I've turned it in twice. And I know there's a process, but I don't know if maybe you need to look at that process and maybe it needs to be changed, but it won't matter if that field catches fire and our mobiles burn up. It will not matter about a process. So I'm asking you to see if there's anything you can do to get these weeds down. I've been burned out once and had nothing but the clothes on my back, so I do know what I'm talking about. And I don't want it to happen again. So if you could please help us out with this process and somehow get these weeds down, I would certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Staff will take a look at
Can
that.
I just say real quick,
Yes.
our deputy fire marshal does have that complaint, and he's working on it right now.
Okay, thank you. Joyce McIntyre, former mayor.
Joyce McIntyre, Yucaipa Valley Water District Board Member. On behalf of the board members, our board president, and our vice president, Niles O'Hara, which is here in the audience tonight, I want to thank the council members, Cudriff, Cervantes, the mayor, Linda Molina, staff, and planning commissioner, Mike Brenningham, and Donna Johnson, a commissioner that was on our tour. It was a pleasure to have you there. And staff, you guys all asked questions, wonderful questions, and staff was so happy to answer them. In the future, we're hoping to have another tour and have more new things in our district to show you and have you learn about. I hope you enjoyed yourselves and had a good time and did learn something about our water district. We do a lot, and I think it's very impressive. We're going to expand the district, and we're all looking forward to that. And once again, I'd like to thank you for coming. It meant a lot to us for you to show up and be there.
We are very impressed, and we're looking forward to you coming and making a presentation. The public needs to know what's there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, George Sardison.
Mayor Molina and city staff, I'm George Sardison. I'm here representing the Yucaipa Calimesa Veterans Committee. And on behalf of our committee, I've provided you a flyer and a personal invitation to attend our service next Monday at 10 a.m. over at Desert Lawn. It's a very important part of the Calimesa participation with our committee. We do the Veterans Day over at Yucaipa. And on behalf of our committee, I thank the city for supporting our event over there every year. And I just want to let you know that it's been many years, and we've tried to reach out for additional speakers. We're expanding our reach. Mayor Molina will be speaking next Monday. We've really tried to involve the youth in both of our events. We have Tournament Hills. About 90 fifth graders, they come across the street down Desert Lawn on Friday, and they plant all the veterans flags. It's a very impressive thing to see. They fill the cemetery with flags, and they come back the day after and remove them. So we're really proud of involving the youth of both of our communities, and even extending into Beaumont. And I extend the invitation to not only the staff, Beaumont staff, actually everybody here in the room, to come to this event. It lasts about an hour, and we have a vintage plane aircraft flyover. We have a bagpiper with the color guard. So if you haven't been there, I would urge you and extend a personal invitation to everyone else in the room. And I thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you. I sat on that committee for many years, and that's how I became a Lion, because I saw all these people in yellow shirts. I'm like, what are all those people doing there at this veteran event? They were cooking hot dogs, and I've joined the Lions Club because of that. So thank you, George.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you for coming tonight. Okay, so that completes our speaker comments. Before we move on to approval of the agenda and the consent calendar, we need to have a motion and second and vote finding for a need for taking immediate action on this meeting, and number two, the need arose from the agenda. I can't read what you're writing. Before the agenda is posted. It's an emergency item, so we'll need to, you have your information in front of you. We'll need a motion and a second to add business item number 7.
I'll move to add business item number 7.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's 5-0. Thank you very much. Okay, so at this point, we'd like to, I'll entertain an approval for the consent calendar and a motion for items 1 through 6.
I'll move to approve the agenda and consent calendar.
Thank you. Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. And so do we want to go to item number 7 directly?
Yes, Mayor.
Thank you.
That will be, we'll have a brief staff report from our Fire Chief, Tim Hall.
Mayor, members of the council, thank you. Thanks for entertaining this emergency agenda item. On Friday, the 16th, this last Friday, I was notified that our unit, that the fire department's frontline 2019 Ford F-550 brush patrol experienced a major mechanical malfunction, causing the powertrain to enter into a limp mode and display a check engine light. We had the unit checked by a local diesel automotive repair facility, and it was determined to be experiencing a fuel systems malfunction to include heavy metal shavings being observed in the fuel filter. It's further described by the repair technician that this type of mechanical defect is known to occur without warning and requires the replacement repair to include flushing, draining, replacement of multiple components within the fuel delivery system. Our on-duty battalion chief made the proper inquiries using the vehicle identification number. Our unit is out of warranty. There's no OEM, original manufacturer's related warranty for this repair. The OEM warranty was determined to have expired last month. Unit's critical for the fire department mission, tasking, and service provided to the citizens of Calimesa. You know that the brush engine is out of service. We're working on a replacement for that. This is our frontline unit that goes into extended remote areas and allows us to do our all risk, all hazards mission. In this case, due to the emergency nature of the repair and the out of service mechanical status, and with the transition into the wildland fire season, we're before you tonight to ask for your authorization to exceed the spending allocation limit set by municipal code to grant the city manager and or his designee to allow this repair, which is estimated to have an impact right now of $13,867. So with that, that's the end of my report and request, pending any questions you may have.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, entertain a motion to direct and authorize the city manager or his appointee to facilitate the required automotive mechanical repair required to replace or repair the required fuel systems, components, and associated labor costs for the specified emergency repair request.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I neglected to, before we approve the consent calendar, to ask if anyone wanted to pull items, any items 1 through 6. I'm assuming no one did. Thank you, I had to cover that. Okay, before I get slapped in the hand. Okay, so we'll move on to Calimesa Chamber of Commerce report. Lion Tony Phillips.
Lion. President Lion
Oh,
Tony
there.
Phillips.
Oh, that means a fine for me at the next meeting.
Given from our secretary. Well, thank you, council and staff, for allowing us to share with you again each month on the happenings of our Calimesa Chamber of Commerce. Our May breakfast went very well. Our guest speaker was Anna Baca from the Outsourced Accounting Services. She shared a overhead information screen along with her presentation. I want to thank Mayor Molina and Councilman Conda for joining us that morning. I hope that you found the presentation informative as well. Our next breakfast meeting in June is on June 10th. It's 7:30 in the morning at the Cafe Royale. And due to scheduling difficulties for our guest speaker, we are now hoping we determine a guest speaker before then. So coming up on our scholarship program with the Calimesa Chamber Foundation, currently we have 6 students that are receiving a scholarship from our chamber. The tea is tomorrow at the Edward Dean Museum. Starts at 2 o'clock, goes till 4. If you haven't already signed up, I think there's still room available if you'd like to sign up and join us. And our guest speaker that afternoon will be our Mayor Molina. So we look forward to that. Currently, we had 1 new member join this month. We had 11 new membership renewals, and it brings our members total for our chamber to 119 different businesses and organizations. Do you have any questions for me?
No, but I'd like to add that we have a lot of Beaumont chamber members that come to our breakfast, and we do go to theirs too, so we do share the past business support.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them in our audience.
So the chambers in the pass area, we started a coalition a few years ago, working together to try to get scheduling and everything to where we're not stepping on each other's toes. As an example, the May 3rd for Earth Day, I counted 11 different events on that Saturday going on in the pass area. That draws a lot of people into each community, but then it also draws people away from our events to make them well attended. So working with the coalition, we're trying to correct that issue to where we're not having so many different events going on that draw, we do want events going on in our communities to bring the communities together. But then we also want to be able to share in bringing that populace to each and every one of our events. So, but that's still in the works, as always. I look forward to working with the city and partnering with our upcoming events that are happening throughout the summer, and then obviously the State of the City in September, and then our very welcomed parade on December 6th. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lion President Tony. Okay, this takes us to our mayor and council member reporting of county and regional meetings and conferences. Edgar, we'll start with you.
Nothing to report from the city, but I did my first presentation through our Riverside County of Education. We presented of how strategies and improvement that we did for our school district to drop our chronic absency by 20% within our school district, and I am looking forward for future presentations for our school district and for our city as well, because there's a lot of our kiddos that live in Calimesa that attend Beaumont Unified.
Thank you. Jeff.
All right, so on Friday, May 16th, I had the opportunity to tour the Yucaipa Valley Water District location, multiple locations in both Yucaipa and Calimesa. I think all of us came away with just a deeper appreciation for the scale and the quality of that operation. One little known fact about the Yucaipa Valley Water District is it not only treats wastewater, but it recycles wastewater, right? Yeah, and we saw the full process of that happening within 100 yards over there at, remind me of the name now? Not Crystal Cove, but the other cove. Yeah, they will call it that. They will just call it wastewater treatment facility. Yeah. So they like to boast, though, the quality is, in theory, drinkable. But I don't recommend drinking the toilet to tap water, but it's in theory, right? Drinkable. But the real beauty of that is it saves millions of gallons of drinkable potable water by recycling this water and using it to irrigate parks and schools and landscaping of all different kinds. So it's a remarkable operation that invests in the sustainability of the water supply here in our region. So it's incredible. Shout out to the board members and staff over there for sure. So in addition, well, I just have one announcement. So I came across actually my morning commute listening to NPR, I came across this announcement that I think will be of interest to a lot of our residents who live in manufactured mobile home parks, all right? So the Riverside County has recently launched a manufactured housing rehabilitation program that's offering grants. That's free money, all right, to residents in Riverside County. Calimesa qualifies to assist in income-qualified owners of manufactured and mobile homes with necessary repairs on your homes. Okay, so this initiative aims to improve safety and living conditions by addressing issues such as plumbing, roofing, electrical systems, heating, accessibility upgrades, and energy efficiency. So as I said, Calimesa residents do qualify for this program. To get more information on the program, you can visit the county's website And there are some income level qualifications for depending on your household levels there. But you can apply to receive up to $50,000 grants, so that's the high end, but anything in between to help with repairs. So I did forward this information to our city clerk, and it should be on the city's website. All right, so if you want to navigate to the city website, there should be a link there to the more information on how to take advantage of that program by Riverside, from Riverside County. So that concludes my comments, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Kendall.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I did not attend any regional meetings, but was lucky enough to be one of the attendees to the tour that Jeff spoke about. I would also like to thank Niles O'Hara and the staff over there, Joe Zoba and everybody that did a wonderful job explaining the process in great detail. I mean, it was incredible, and it was just a good thing. And they're open to public tours, so you know, I would recommend members of our city, you know, if you have an interest in that or want to see the process of how that works, it's very informative, and it was worth our time, absolutely. So thank you guys for that. That's all I have.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to thank staff again for the budget workshop that was on earlier today. So for our residents that weren't here, I would just encourage them to go online and check that out. There's a lot of really good information for everybody, and I think they're able to summarize and wrap everything up nicely. So it's really important, I think, for our residents to understand where we're at, you know, with the budget. So take a look at that if you have some time, and that'll conclude my report.
Thank you. I usually type up my list, but I put it on my phone and put it in my purse, and I have Russian now. So I'm going to see if I can decipher my notes here. I also went on the tour. One thing we didn't talk about was the brine line, and I think that's good to share with our businesses in town. It's opportunity to be available to hook up to the brine line where they remove the salt from water. But impressive tour. And I think the infrastructure there can withstand an earthquake of 7.0 or something like that, so that's impressive as well. Also attended an OMIO, spelled O-H-M-I-O, a demonstration of an autonomous vehicle that RTA is sponsoring for the next year at the Riverside Airport. It's on pilot there. I think it's being used at JFK and some other place in the country, but it's the first one in California. So they're building them in Riverside, so look forward to that. There's an RTA operator on the vehicle, but it's totally autonomous, and you get to see a screen that shows how it's looking at, you know, if a car were to come in and almost hit it, you know, you could see that ahead of time. So, you know, for people who are scared of being in a vehicle that doesn't have a driver, it really looks like a safe way to move around. So it's going to be on pilot there for a while, so keep an eye on that. Attended the chamber breakfast, and I can't read my notes. We did attend the Yucaipa Valley Water District Board meeting, and I brought their report to pass on to council. So anything else that I missed, I'll pass on to the next meeting. So at this point, we'll go to our city manager for his comments and reports.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a couple of items. The cities of Beaumont and Banning have formed a 2x2 committee for related to animal control at the request of the city of Banning, the city of Banning. And after their first meeting, when I learned about this, I spoke with Beaumont City Manager Elizabeth Gibbs about Calimesa possibly participating. So they brought that up at their first ad hoc, and they've invited us to attend. So at your next meeting, I will bring an item for you to consider an appointment to that ad hoc committee. Their next meeting will be in June, so we should have enough time to do that since our next meeting is on June 2nd. So we'll make that appointment, and then I'll let them know. So just start thinking about if you'd like to, you know, obviously that would be appointed by the mayor. So if any of you are interested, just speak with the mayor about that. And then lastly, I'm very, very, you just can't, you don't even understand how happy I am to announce that we have a new employee as of today. So for a few years now, we've been utilizing Charles Abbott and Associates for Public Works Director services, and that's how we came to find Mahdi Shakir and she has become an integral part of our city family. And so I'm very happy to announce that today is her first day as an official city employee. So welcome,
Yay,
Mari.
Mari.
One of my happiest days here.
Thank you. I totally agree with you.
And with that, I can't top that, so that'll conclude my report.
Okay, before we adjourn our meeting tonight, I'd like to welcome again Angelina, new member of News Mirror. She's covering our meetings tonight. Welcome, Angelina. Okay, so at this point, if there's no other business, we'll adjourn our regular meeting on June 2nd at 6 p.m. Thank you all for coming. So nice to see you all. Thank you.